Scott Bauer of Trading Advantage joins us for a stocking up or two to talk about here. Good to have you on the show.
Always great to be here.
Let's start with Sarepta. We talked about this stock going up. Now I think we should talk about it now that it's going down. And of course this all hinges on the FDA.
Right, and last week what we saw the news come out was not Sarepta specific. It was from a competing company, BioMarin, and their like drug not getting favorable speak and not getting favorable approval. That being said, the option activity is wild in Sarepta right now. Not only is the implied volatility, which goes into the pricing of the options and makes options much more expensive when volatility goes up. Not only is that just over the top, but last week we saw the close dated options, the weekly options, huge put buying. Now what I'm seeing is huge call buying.
Okay, no, I think there's a good lesson in here. Time out. Here's the thing. The first time we talked about this stock, it was because the company is working on a muscular dystrophy drug. And a lot of people want to get into this stock because of that reason. So then the news came out that maybe from the FDA, there was some tea leaf reading that it might not happen. We don't really know though for sure.
We don't know.
The market loves an overreaction. So we saw a huge sell-off in Sarepta after it had a huge rally. So now the options market is now saying the stock could go back up.
That's the flow that I'm seeing here, Angie. It's really crazy. And with the stock trading 15 or 16, it had hit a low of the 6 to 7 range when the bottom fell out, traded back up to the mid-20s about a week and a half ago or so, and now is sitting mid-teens. But it's really interesting because at the end of last week there was just a ton of put buying, and then all of a sudden we see that shift and a ton of call buying up around the 25-30 strikes.
So maybe it goes up to 25 or 30, but I think you have to take Rolaids or have a steel stomach to trade these stocks. This is not for the faint of heart here.
It is definitely not for the faint of heart.
Okay, all right. Risk, beware.
Yes.
Moving on to Avago/Broadcom.
Yes.
Unbelievable. We've been hearing so many reports about a slowdown for suppliers to Apple, and now Broadcom, which makes chips for Apple iPhones, I believe, had some positive comments.
Really positive comments, and I think that's a kind of some great news to set maybe a new bar for the sector, that things have maybe bottomed out, flattened out a little bit, and this sector and the Apples of the world, I believe, are going to lead the S&Ps to new highs in the next few months. Now, what's really interesting in the Avago Broadcom is going into their earnings report last week, the option market was pricing in a move of about $10 to $11. It was about an 8% move or so. And bam, spot on, we got that move. And it was to the upside. So the option market was pricing that move either direction. It was to the upside here. And I think that's just, again, really overall very optimistic for this sector and for the overall market to maybe take us to new highs.
Lots of explosive action happening in the market all the time. Good to have you here. Thank you, Scott.